Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back. So, I got another FCWDIY here for you guys. So, y'all, this is when I realized I ordered these miniature ass paint brushes and paint tray, but I was not about to go to no store. I was already starting later than I wanted to, so whatever. But okay, so here I'm just gonna go ahead and start doing the baseboard first. Typically it is a good idea, or typically you should, not even a good idea, but you should always lay something down just so you don't get paint on the floor or anything like that. And usually tape as well helps. But since I am pretty much redoing this whole space, tile included, it kind of was good, and I was happy because I didn't have to put nothing down because everything's getting redone. So yeah, so here I'm just going through. I'm gonna be painting the baseboards. This, I know I should have used the tray, but I was like, I don't want to. This stupid ass small tray, and I was about to try. Y'all see, but I was like, then I'm gonna have to come through with the small paintbrush. Anyway, this is me still in shock that I bought this smallest paint tray, y'all. Oh, this is my life, just some of my life. But yeah, so I was going through and I wasn't using a paint thing just because I don't know. I like dipping it in there and just bringing the pan with me, especially since again I was just doing the baseboard. So yeah, I just dipped the paintbrush in there and went around and just did about, I think I did 3 coats of it. All right, and so here's when, after I did, like I said, I think I did about 3 coats of the baseboard. While it was drying, I went ahead and started to paint the walls. So I am only painting the 2 outer walls because I'm going to do wallpaper in the middle, which is where the dust is going to go. Y'all, me and my best friend were cracking up once I showed her this brush, but I cannot believe I ordered this small thing. So again, I did not want to leave because I was already starting a little later than I wanted to. And so I just chalked it up and just used this miniature thing in freaking Amazon. I don't know why. The picture looked like it was a normal size and it wasn't like it said miniature or small. This is something you use if you like buy your kids, like, you know how at Home Depot or like you just bought or made your kids like a little townhouse or something like that. This is what you would use. This is how freaking small this thing was, but whatever. So like I said, I'm only doing the 2 outer walls and I did about 3 coats of it. All right, so while that's drying, I decided to spray paint a trash can. So this was an old trash can. I think I had it for about 3 years, so it did need a little bit of re-sprucing. I did buy a trash can from Walmart that's marble that matches the pencil set that I bought, and you would know that if you have watched my vlog of when I was shopping for items for this. And if you have not, pause this video and go ahead and check that out. But then I was like, with the wallpaper I chose, I feel like the gold trash can will pop more. So yeah, I'm just touching this up with touching it up a little bit. And then same with my chair. My chair I've had for 3 years too, so the spray paint is just coming off a little bit. And since it's just the bottom of the chair, I didn't worry about covering anything, since I know it's not like the top of the chair or anything, and I gotta wipe it down anyway. So yeah, just doing a little touch up here. All right, so now while I'm letting that dry, I did come back in to do the paint or check out the paint. I did end up doing one more coat, but it was good. So now wallpaper time. So here I was kind of distracted, y'all, because I started watching Lock and Key on Netflix. My best friend said it was good, and y'all, it is good. So I was like doing that and still trying to do this DIY, but got it done. But so wallpaper, I am such a fan of wallpaper because to me it's just like a huge sticker. If I ever want to change it, I can just rip it off and get some new ones. So they have cheaper ones, they have more expensive ones. So I am pro wallpaper. It is, oh my God, it's not easy putting on just because, again, it is like a huge sticker, but it's very sticky. Especially if you have like a pattern or something, because you want to make sure like it just lines up correctly. So that is one reason why I did a solid color as my background. But yeah, so here I'm just starting with the wallpaper. All right, so here's where I decided like maybe I should be doing my tile first. So that's what I did. So I I got 3 packs of this $20 of these 20 tiles. They weren't $20, but it's 20 tile in a pack, and it is super sticky. Super sticky, but super easy. See, back to my lock and key, but it's super easy. You literally just peel it off and you just stick it on there. So that's what I did. And then once I got to the corner, I used a box cutter and just cut it to make sure like it fit the size there and wasn't, because of course clearly like it wasn't going to evenly fit, but yeah. So yeah, guys, this is the part where I use the box cutter to make sure that the tile actually fit into the section there. And I also use it with the wallpaper at the top too. But yeah. So I went ahead and just did the tile and did all the rows. So now I'm just sweeping it up just to make sure it's clean. After I do tile or anything like that, I just always sweep and mop it, just because, again, like I said, it's super sticky. So sometimes the stuff just gets back onto the tile. So I always just sweep and mop it. And then I'm impatient, and because, again, I was already a little behind, I kind of just went ahead and used a towel to dry the floor to kind of just rush it. And then I went back to the wallpaper. So with the wallpaper, like I said, I did cut the bottom or the top with the box cutter, just because, of course, or at least I never really order wallpaper that's the exact same measurement. I do also have like that wallpaper straightener, I think that's what it is, but I got that off Amazon too. And pretty much everything I used today, guys, was off Amazon. Unless, like I said, in the vlog that I posted, and again, you should have watched it by now, but if you haven't, go ahead and check that out. But most of the stuff, like decor stuff, I got from Home Goods, but pretty much everything I've used today is from Amazon, and I'm gonna have all those links down below for you guys, including the miniature paint set. But yeah, so like I said, the solid color is a little bit easier to do with wallpaper, but it is still really hard just because it's so sticky. Like, it's literally like a huge sticker, but super sticky.